immediately the Better You saga on the humanitarian ministry started. So I guess that the paw is about to breathe right now. Police arrest Labour Party chairman Abure and made multi-billion-Naira fraud allegation, even though that's not really the reason why he was arrested. Senate confirms 17 nominees for appointment as commissioners of NPC. And then we'll move on. EFCC conducts nationwide raid of BDC as operation to rescue Naira continues. Nationwide raid on BDC. But is their job illegal? If they are properly licensed and they're legal, why raid them? Okay, so if you don't want their work to continue, then withdraw license from them and tell them that we have hereby closed your work, and then we can now declare you illegal worker. But we'll get into that conversation later on. Okay, so Akpabio says ignorant Nigerians protesting against hunger, economic hardship. This is credited to him. I wish I can play the footage to that conversation just so we have evidence on that conversation. But let's move on to others. Tinubu presidency showing no sense of urgency or care about hardship. Adebayo, the ex-presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Prince Adebayo, said that. Then we'll move to other conversations. Shelve your planned nationwide protest. DSS once organized labor, that is NLC TUC. You know it, that protest when I want to move and just leave and remain there for now. No, it's gonna work. Okay, but not really in that manner, do you see? Don't mind those headlines. Binance confirms working with Tinubu government to block dollar-naira exchange. Binance confirms working with Nigerian government to block dollar-naira exchange. We'll get into the conversation very soon. And then, of course, in this other conversation here, police actually gives a reason why they indeed arrested Abure. We'll get into that conversation as we move on. Then we'll move to others here. Subsidy removal. Senate tells Tinubu to stop planned electricity tariff hike. Subsidy removal. Senate tells Tinubu to stop planned electricity tariff hike. The one where they not increase small this January. How they go down? They go bring them down again, because in Nigeria anything that goes up does not come down. Law of gravity need to work like that for commodities. But let's move further. Moving on. Developers reject 8,000 cement price. So that 8,000, are you joking? Are we a joke to you? Okay, we will not do it. Okay, Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have. You know what? Let me go and drink water and drop cup. I'll be right back to dissect the conversation, and of course, alongside my surprise for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This is the Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People. My name is Precious. I'll be right back.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on the
All right, Lagos, you are welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, 22 minutes past the 7 p.m. mark right here in our studio. Let's get started with a story about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu currently meeting with former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, retired, at the presidential villa, Abuja. Now, the ongoing meeting is the first between both men since President Tinubu assumed office as president in May last year. Although the agenda of the meeting has not yet been made public, it may not be unconnected with the current economic and security challenges facing the country. You would recall that across the country, a lot of people have been crying, following I'm looking for a grammar to really qualify that. The sporadic, rise in the price of dollar against the naira, and it's made the price of commodities very almost unreachable to majority of Nigerians. People are just barely managing to survive. In fact, it's so difficult that in recent times we've seen a couple of people even walk on the road and slum because of hunger, and they were revitalized or revived and then given food, and they keep saying there's this mother, widow, that slumped the other day and said she and her kids had not eaten for 4 days. The other day we saw a man, happened to say to them, a lot of people like through. This is not even a joke. Nigerians are going through a lot. See, the price of things are just astronomically high, and whatever you do this period, don't be sick, I beg you. You see, to eat food is bad, but to now survive or treat an ailment is even worse. You don't want to go to the price that you use to even run the tests, let alone the amount you use to buy medication. Don't go to antibiotics, probiotics, and all of those. Don't even go there. Whatever you do, please try as much as you can to stay afloat. So we look forward to, these high cost of living has also led to a couple of protests across different parts of the country. I mean, yesterday was in Ibadan, but it did play out, and else other times we had seen such protests in I think Mina, Kogi, some other parts of the country. We do look forward to getting to know exactly the outcome of this meeting between the president and the former head of state. As soon as that happens, I'll let you know. But let's talk about a bit about this protest. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has dismissed protests against economic hardship in the country, saying they were unquote sponsored against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I wish I played the vox pop so that you don't say it's them say. Like my grandmother would say, it's them same. It's not them same. It was real. So Mr. Akpabio noted that citizens joining the protest were oblivious of the government's effort in tackling the challenge. That is, those who they join the protest, they don't even know the kind of thing the government did do to use stop hardship, because people just sponsor them. They feel just the drum, perhaps. So he said, quoting him now, you can see sponsored protests here and there. Those people are not aware. Most of those sponsored protests are not aware of the kind of efforts made by the Senate together with the federal government to tackle the situation. Speaking at plenary on Tuesday yesterday, Mr. Akpabio said authorities would consider available options, including food importation, to feed its citizens. When are we opening the border for the food importation? Because a lot of people are already asking. The truth is, we no longer can produce, or experts are saying we no longer can produce what we can eat. I mean, especially sufficiently what we can eat. Not because we don't have the fertile ground for it, but because of insecurity. People can no longer farm safely. Now, quoting him further, he says, no father would want to see his child sleep in the night without food, with their stomach gurgling. So we must provide. That's why I said we will not limit our discussion to we will not import food. We will not limit it to that. Wherever we can find food to put on the table of Nigerians, we will do so, Akpabio said. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Tuesday also echoed Mr. Akpabio's stance, blaming high cost of food in the country on desperate politicians who lost election in 2023. That is on trended yesterday. He said a lot of, I wish I have the time, I would have played all of it for you. In fact, before I even go to playing it, maybe I'll just have my guest talk and then I continue. So so the vice president said a lot, and also Akpabio, I wish that I can just have the time to do that. But before, without much ado, let me let you in on my guest that I have this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome Barrister Darlington. I did you like say be better person, Abi?
Am I not?
I did you like say be better person, Abi?
Am I not? Am I not?
I did you like say be better person, Abi?
I am.
Barrister Darlington, you're welcome. How are you?
I'm okay.
How are you keeping afloat?
Like I've been floating.
How are you managing to keep your head above the water?
I floated from Yanabaja to
here. So really, I've made it a duty. So a friend of mine, taught me something that I think that I should actually do. I'm naturally not one who would call people consistently or check up on them, even though I have you in mind. But I just feel that you should be fine. It's when push comes to shove that you see me stand there for you. But recently I've just had it in mind to really make it a duty to check on people around me, check up on them, because honestly speaking, everyone living in Nigeria, even those that are not living in Nigeria, perhaps are just going through a thing or two. So how are you really doing?
Precious.
Even though I'm saying this on air. So go ahead.
If I tell you how it is, what will you do?
No, I will do now. You're my G.
Are you sure?
I will do.
I should tell you.
Okay. Let's talk at the backyard.
Let me just tell you. Maybe I went to the doctor and he recommended something for me. But
darling, to go straight to the point. So you heard what Senate President Akpabio said, and I'm sure you were also privy of the Vice President's statement yesterday. I'd like to know your thought and reaction on them.
You see this blame game by APC. is becoming ridiculous. I don't know how people, instead of them to tackle the problem they created, they are looking for saboteurs. The only saboteur I know that is sabotaging this government is APC itself, because all the policies they brought into this government is what is haunting them. Was it the fault of PDP or Labour Party? Who is that opposition? Let them show us one single evidence that the opposition is behind what is going on. They don't even have the capacity. I don't think people will have time to go and sponsor anything. No, you will only criticize and give suggestions. Is that what you call a saboteur? APC is so lucky, very, very lucky. I'm telling you, what they could not tolerate from PDP, all of us have tolerated it from them. I can't imagine an opposition like APC, tolerating what is going on. If it were PDP in power, I can't imagine them. So let them stop all these things. They are gaslighting all of us. It's not good. Let them solve the problem they created. I insist, they created it when they claim that they know. Abure is saying that the people were sponsored. What is that effort you are making? When you came into office, was things like this? That is the question. You will only say this if things were this bad before you came into office and you are trying to manage it. We can say, okay, yes.
Well, wasn't it bad though? Was it good?
No, because it's the same APC. Look, when I don't want to separate Buhari from Tinubu, it's the same persons. It's the same party. We are talking about 2015. If they cannot do anything, let them return us there. I've said this several times. Let them return us there. All this one, people will say, no, going back to Egypt. Look, the way it is now, going back to Egypt may be better. But they say PDP was Egypt. They can't go back to Egypt. So where are we heading to now? Precious, where are we heading to now? If they cannot do anything, let them return us back where they met us. That's what I'm saying. Instead of all this blame game here and there, it shows that they have no answer to what is going on. Look at all the ad hoc arrangement running from pillar to post. Today, it is people that are hoarding food, carrying it across the border. They arrest all the truck. Tomorrow, it is BDC that is causing the problem. I close down all the BDC that they gave license in the first place. So, does it tell you that these people came into office with any plan? If they came in with a plan, we want to see it. We are not seeing anything.
Okay, so for those who may be wondering what we're talking about, I think it's only fair that we actually play the vox pop of Senate President Akpabio saying that himself so they understand and hear.
Sponsor protests here. You can see a lot of sponsor protests here and there, but those people are not aware. Most of those sponsor protests are not aware of the kind of efforts being made by the Senate to tackle the situation, together with the joint management team of the federal government of Nigeria. And I must say that unverified report has it that each of the state governments in the last few months have received additional 30 billion from the Federal Inland Revenue Service outside their normal allocations, from the federation account outside their normal allocations, to assist them in ameliorating the food situation. So we believe that every state government should utilize the funds so received towards ensuring that food is available. About 30 trillion waste and means not what President Tinubu can bring. This Senate will not rubber stamp anything that we feel is not in the interest of Nigerians. Yes. And that's the reason why we are discussing. Am I right or wrong? Those who are in support of what the Senate President is saying, say aye. Those against say nay.
It was a bit of a drama. It was a bit of a drama between Senate President Godswill Akpabio and former Senate President Lawan over the 23 trillion ways and means. It was, there was some disagreement, between those two, by the way. So this thing Akpabio said, 30 billion naira, as part of effort to ameliorate the pain of Nigerians, especially concerning this food high cost of living, especially the high prices of food items. Should we not be holding our governors responsible? Because every time it looks like we keep blaming government in the middle. Remember that the federal government had mentioned that the one reason why we're removing subsidy is so that we can channel the funds that were supposed to be meant for subsidy to something else. I mean, you mentioned it the other day that over 133, a report came out in 2022, yeah, that about 133 million Nigerians were living or are living, I don't even know if they've left, in multidimensional poverty, which includes poverty of healthcare. They cannot access healthcare. Poverty of education, most of them cannot access. There's still communities that don't even have schools till date, a whole community. So they have to walk to the next community to have the presence of education. So poverty of food, poverty of even balanced diet or nutrition, because they're not eating nutritional meals. I mean, some people are saying that kwashiorkor is gradually creeping in now. People are only eating for sustenance and not for nutritional benefit. So there are lots of poverty that Nigerians have been going through. So if all of this is happening and government says, we cannot be letting the money for subsidy enter the pockets of a few cabals, whom, by the way, we cannot name because, they're miracle workers. They're floating in the air. So now government has also been magnanimous enough. I mean, the government in the center has been magnanimous enough to give more money to the state governments. Should we not hold them responsible? Government is not the job of the federal. Governance is not the job of the federal government alone. What are the state governments doing? They are the ones closer to their people than the federal. Barrister Darlington.
Precious.
Sir.
Precious.
Sir.
You do not add the caveats. When Akpabio was speaking, he said unverified report. So he was not even certain that 30 billion was given to anybody. He said unverified report. So how can you go to town with such thing? So if you want to hold the state governor account now and he tell you I didn't say any money.
But Barrister Darlington, apart from the fact that he's saying unverified reports, right? We all know, you and I know, by the time every month when there is FAC allocation since the removal of this subsidy, at least I can remember from September last year, they've been sharing the largest amount of money.
And you think it's not deliberate? So
if the states, federal and local governments have been sharing, the highest amount of money from the Federal Allocation Account Committee, then what are we saying? That means there is more money to be shared. So since more money is shared, what are they doing with it? What are the governors doing with it? What are the local government chairmen doing with the money? They've been giving money.
Please, let me ask a question.
Sir?
The money that was given, was it supposed to be distributed to citizens of each of the states?
It's not about distribution, Barrister Darlington. It's sensible. Not naturally, you're giving more money. What should you do? You make more enabling environments for the betterment of your people. Isn't that what is expected of governance?
There are things that the federal government are supposed to, there are things that are in the exclusive list that they're supposed to do so that the state governors can take a cue from them. If those things are not done, my dear, what do you want the state governors to do? Like now, insecurity. They are talking of food. The state governor.
The last time I checked, sir, the state governors, do they not have security votes? What do they do with their security votes? Are they not all giving security votes? Allowances, huge sum of money. What do they do with that? If we have pockets of insecurity in most of the states, what do they do with the money? Can they not keep their state secured? I understand that. The presence of security resides in the middle. The federal government still has the largest say in security. But most of these state governments are already having their regional security outfits. What can they not do to ensure that the people at least go to their farms? Okay, let's even leave farms. How about creating that source of jobs for their people? Doing one thing or the other to ensure there is more job. You see states today would still tell you that they are civil service states, even with the largest allocation they are sharing now. But it's Darlington is very painful. We read it now that there are states that pay pensioners 450 naira, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Pension, a pensioner that worked more than 30 years of his life will stand up from his home at old age, stand up and carry walking stick perhaps, and go to the bank to sign 450 naira as through over the counter. To buy what exactly? That money cannot buy his hypertension drug. Amlodipine is over 900 naira now per card. It cannot buy that. So what I'm trying to say is that what are they doing? If we still have states that cannot even pay minimum wage, states are not even paying the 18,000 naira minimum wage. Is it excusable? Especially at a time or an era where they're sharing more money or where they're giving more allocation, even coupled with all the mineral resources that they have. because there's no state in Nigeria that cannot pride of at least more than one natural resources. So what is going on?
I just wanted you to learn. Are you done?
Sorry, it's paining me because people are suffering.
Precious.
Sir.
You think you are in a democracy? No, you are not. You are running a unitary system of government. Everything is at the center. That is the cause of all this thing. Everything is at the center. That is why the state cannot do anything. So when you are blaming the governors and what can they do? They don't have. They are not in charge of the security of any state. Their security vote is just for their own personal use. What they can't.
But was it supposed to be for their personal use? There is a reason for that security vote
that
now.
Is it now.
If you cannot put it to the work that it is meant for, then is it not futile?
What do you expect them to do when they cannot even give instruction to the commissioner of police in their states? No governor can give directive to any commissioner of police in their states. That is certain. So what do you want the governor to do? Please tell me. Not to talk of army. If the governor cannot talk to the police, is it the army that they will now tell what to go and do? Everything is coming from Abuja. So they made the state impotent.
But the good thing is that this case about the bill for state policing has passed second reading. We hope that both the governors and the governors have always been willing from the beginning for state policing. It's always been, the center deciding. But now that the center is very willing, we hope that can
this
at least.
This is not the only bill that have passed second reading. No. Even from the time of Jonathan, the past up to today is still in the cooler. What I'm saying in essence, this fire brigade approach is precious. It has never helped. I can't help us. Precious, there was this political conference of Jonathan where all the myriad of problem confronting and was discussed by every ethnic nationality, all the states.
You mean the national confab?
National confab, yes, by Jonathan. All these problems were discussed and solutions were proffered. When Buhari came into office, since they said government is the continuum, what did he do? He threw it into the trash can.
He said that that's where it belonged. I remember that word.
So what are you now saying? Please, what do you want anybody to do? We have been providing solution ever since. Did anybody look into it? All this fire brigade approach now, these are things that that conference would have solved. Because all the eggheads that went to that conference, they provided paper. They had the written document on how things should be done, so that there will be peace and progress in Nigeria. What did the APC do when they came into office? So please, when you are talking of a problem, don't look at it from the top. Go to the root. Go to the root where this problem is coming from. If you don't solve it from there, you are wasting your time.
So are you saying that we're helpless?
It looks like seriously, it looks like, because we have been talking every day with him. Precious, they gave you names of those causing this insecurity. What have you done with it? Please answer me. If the federal government,
so are you saying that everything wrong with Nigeria right now is tied to insecurity?
My dear, quote me anywhere, any place where there is insecurity,
including the rise of dollar, is tied to insecurity.
Everything, this insecurity, because if the farmers have gone to farm and we are producing, at least the currency would have firmed up. Is that not true? The greatest problem in this country today, apart from insecurity, is not hunger. What causes hunger? Insecurity. Because farmers can no longer farm.
So you think if farmers were able to farm, you should be able to export some things and earn dollar?
80% of our farmers are not in their farm still, as I talk to you.
How are you sure of that statistics?
I said 80%. Somebody said it the other time. People who have interest in this matter, they said it. And from the look of things, I'm not doubting that figure. I am not. If not, why is it so bad like this? Have you asked yourself that question? All of them have left their farm still now, just to save their lives. Some of them who manage to go, they pay tax to access their farm. When going, they pay. When coming, when they during harvest, they pay to harvest. Is that not why the few that came out are very expensive? So how can you neglect all these things and you are blaming somebody somewhere? Was it like this before? That's the question. How did this thing even come to us?
So you're saying there's no sabotage from oppositions?
I don't think so. Nobody had time.
Do you really think? Do you really believe that those who are protesting are actually doing so because they're really tired? And not because they're influenced by any politician?
They are frustrated because they endured the Buhari for 8 years. They never expected that Tinubu will come to continue the hardship. That's what is making everybody to be angry. They never thought that it could be this bad. They thought that with Tinubu, with all the things he said, though, all the things he promised Nigerians, so that at least you should be seeing, some development here and there. But it got worse. That is why people now say, Ebing power all over the place.
All right. So speaking about Ebing power now, the federal government has revealed plans to relaunch direct cash transfers to about 12 million vulnerable Nigerians amid the high cost of living in the country. We're over 200 million. In fact, we're about 218 million, perhaps, and counting. So if we give 12 million, we've not even done 10% of the population. So I don't know what effect that would have. But let's go further, though. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, disclosed this during the retreat organized by his ministry in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, today, Wednesday. Edu stated that while the initial project is designed for 3 million Nigerians, the current hardship has become a factor, increasing the number of recipients to 12 million. The minister said the presidential panel on the social investment programs has prepared to go to Mr. President with an internal recommendation to restart the direct payment to the poorest and most vulnerable. Everything is being done to ease the pain. Quoting him now, he says, we know that there has been about 3 million beneficiaries. Well, exactly what I explained. So, Barrister Darlington, yes, yeah. In fact, he reiterated that President Tinubu's intervention to release 60,000 metric tons of food grains was also, laudable to help ease the issue. So, Barrister Darlington, these, I don't want to say stipends, it's a stipend, right? Is it a proper way to handle this issue? Because as it stands now, I'm not sure
it is not
by my calculation that it's only 12 million people that need this one, because as I am like this, looks like I'm not needing the money too. Everybody, because I'm vulnerable right now, and I'm not sure you can see a gathering of 5 people without 2 or 3 people who need that fund. So will giving whatever amount of money to 12 million people make any difference?
It will not. It's like a drop in the ocean of need.
So what should we rather do with that money?
That is why
that should enable food sustenance more like.
That is why I'm surprised that I don't know why they keep going back to what they tried before that did not work. Please, let me ask, have we not done this before? What result did it produce? No, have we not done under Buhari? This thing was done. What result did it produce? Was it not under this particular program that 133 million people got worse in poverty? So why are they still repeating it? My dear, some people want to line their pockets just like Edu. That's the truth. Half of that money will go into their pockets. They will never distribute that money accordingly.
Meanwhile, the presidency is also urging Nigerians to be patient. I mean, the vice president spoke yesterday and he urged a lot of Nigerians to be patient, that the president means well for the country, and that if you know him, you'll know that he does mean very well for the country, and he's just a pocket of people that's trying as much as possible to discredit it. Now let's listen to the vice president speak on that issue. Take a listen.
I want you, fellow Nigerians, to invest your trust in Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He means well for the nation. I have seen his soul. He has a clean heart. And we know the consequences of unveiling a masquerade. There were albatrosses round the Nigerian neck. The albatross of subsidies, where billions.
So I think I just stopped there where he said where billions were stolen and by a few cabals, and that the government thought it was enough. But I'm still wondering why these cabals are so mighty that we cannot mention them till date. Because even if we cannot prosecute them, because perhaps let's assume that we don't have laws to prosecute them, but at least we can name and shame them. Okay, we can just name them, let Nigerians know that these are the people that's making you suffer right now. That one too is not acceptable. Just like naming those who are sponsoring Boko Haram, who are sponsoring insecurity that the United Arab Emirates have given to us. Okay.
The thing is that when they say things like this, Precious,
Sir?
that is a sign of frustration on their own part. You know, a drowning man catches as a straw. When you are drowning in a river, you'll be catching anything you see, you grab. They have looked around, there's nobody to blame. They now look for, say, some people that have no name. You know, ask them now, who are these people? They will tell you, we don't even know them. That was how Dela Alake told you that some powerful Nigerians are taking away our solid minerals. Some powerful Nigerians, they don't have a name and they don't have a face. So when you see people talking like this, they are looking for somebody to blame for their own inefficiency. That is just the simple explanation, nothing else. Because they have not told us who are these people. It is either they are the ones sabotaging themselves or they are looking for somebody to blame. There are no other two ways to explain it. After all, we have even tried to give them suggestions and all that. What did they do with it? Tell me, what did they do with it? So this blame and this shifting, it will continue in the next 4 years, the way I'm looking at it. Because the fact, they just wake up, let us try this one. Meanwhile, there's no plan, it just came into somebody's head, said, let us try it.
Are you insinuating that they're using some sort of trial and error mechanism?
Yes, now is that not why these things today subsidy, tomorrow we are returning it back? They are now looking for $10 billion to show up the naira. Didn't they try it before? Where they borrowed $3 billion through NNPC. Didn't they try it before?
From Afrexim Bank.
So what was the result? Okay, this one will produce result now, B. No, it is this one that will produce results.
Also, speaking about that dollar issue, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, today they launched a nationwide manhunt against persons involved in currency racketeering. Now, according to sources at the EFCC, the move is to safeguard Nigeria's foreign exchange market and combat speculative activities. So a source also asked not to be named, told newsmen that efforts to identify and bring to justice individuals engaged in currency-related illegal activities, including those involving foreign exchange speculation and other fraudulent practices. The commission is determined to ensure that the foreign exchange market operative in a fair and transparent manner, and and that Nigeria's economy is protected from criminal activities that could lead to its destabilization. Remember that it's because of this speculation thing that Boki FX was disbanded by the Emefiele's administration. So I'm wondering why this is happening now. Yeah. But a lot of, there's a lot of question in my mind. I'm wondering why go after these guys if you remember there was a time that they delisted most of the BDCs, but they still left a couple of them in operation.
Exactly.
So if this, I know that these people, if I'm in operation, I have a branch in Abuja, I have in Lagos, I have in here, and I have boys everywhere who are like my freelance workers and all that. So if they are doing a legitimate business licensed by government, why are we harassing them?
I wonder.
Or are we rather saying that government wants to stop the activities of Bureau de Change?
They cannot.
Are they stopping the activities of Bureau de Change generally and then saying
they will never stop them? All this, that's why I'm telling you that this trial and error, let us harass them. I said they will go back to business tomorrow. It's a matter of phone call. By the time they make phone call here and there, this is not the first time now. They have done it several times in the past.
Because all fingers are pointing at the unlicensed operators that the ones causing this hardship.
No, they are not. They are not, because if the licensed one are operating side by side with them, how will you now separate the licensed one and the unlicensed one? What are they doing differently? Is it not the same business they are doing? Dollar pound. Is it not the same business? What are they doing? The thing is that you don't have dollar, you are not producing anything to earn foreign exchange. What is the, I don't understand. Precious, can you give what you don't have? You are not producing anything to earn dollar. So what is all this noise that this and that or whatever? To make matters worse, you say our diaspora should not remit dollar again into the country. Are you not shooting yourself on the right foot? Tell me what is that magic that will make you to get this dollar? When you are not producing anything, and you are not allowing dollar to come inside here. Is it the Bureau de change that caused the problem? All these other years when dollar was all over the place and we are even looking for somebody to, what happened that time? Have I not told you when this started? When Buhari woke up one morning and said nobody should pay or withdraw from his domiciliary account. Do you know what that means? All the foreign embassies, they scattered away their money out of this country through the border. No, did you know? So you didn't. I said it that this is a problem. Since that time, do you think anybody is comfortable to come and keep his dollar here again? Because they don't know what will happen tomorrow. So when you have created a problem, please, why are you looking for somebody to blame? That's my question. Why? When we told you here, don't allow people to go and harass Benue, where Nigeria gets their food basket. I shouted it here from the top of the roof. Did anybody listen to me? Now, Benue farmers are in IDP camp. Not even in their home. Oh. They chase them out of their farm. They chase them out of their village. They chase them out of their own homes. And the federal government is aware of these things. Yet every day they are talking of insecurity, food insecurity, this and that. Do the needful they don't want to do. Every time speeches, be patient, be patient. Patient till when? Precious, patient till when? When Russia landed in the Soviet Union, when they landed in the moon in 1959, what's his name? John F. Kennedy told America that America will be in the same moon in 4 years' time. The American people were saying, where is the capacity? We don't even. The man said we are going to the moon in 4 years' time. Precious, in 1963 they did it. They did it.
All right.
After Yuri Gagarin went, Louis Armstrong followed. You see people who then, my dear, please, these people should stop making me look as if there's nobody in this country. Seriously, they don't make Nigeria look as if we don't know. People will be wondering what is going on here. Nothing, no plan, nothing. You know, not even ambition to succeed. Not ambition to succeed. It's like we have gone back 50 years behind. Do you know where Nigeria is now, Precious? When will you come out of this insecurity, this poverty, this food scarcity, this bad economy, and now you want to join the rest of the world?
But Barrister Darlington, successive administrations have encountered all of this. That means all of them have been able to do nothing to curb them, isn't it?
You see, they say government is a continuum.
Exactly.
I will always make reference to what we had under PDP. We were moving. We were going somewhere. Look at the rate of development that time. It's on record. Why can't APC?
But things were still getting expensive by the day then.
You are not getting it though. You're always trying to put down.
But I'm not. No. It's not about pulling down. Am I a party member? So it's not about pulling down anything. But I'm just saying that Barrister Darlington, were things not getting? Are you saying that the prices of things were reducing? Were going down during PDP's administration?
Okay.
No price of anything was going down. Prices were still going high.
Do your opinion poll. Go and gather 10 people and ask this APC government and PDP.
I am not talking about comparison. I'm saying that even at that time, to us then, to people living then, things were still getting high then. And that's why they needed them out.
It wasn't this bad.
Nobody said, I wasn't saying it, I'm not saying it was this bad. But I'm saying that the reason why people also supported for them to be ousted is because of the same thing.
People were deceived. They came in with propaganda. Impressions like
Barrister Darlington, developers say they cannot buy cement for 8,000
naira. I told you how much I bought.
Remember the meeting that the federal government, Oga Umahi and co had with cement manufacturers, and they promised that they were going to reduce. At least they will not sell beyond 7,000 to 8,000 naira. But developers are saying, if you buy like that, what will not happen?
Who will rent the house? That means self-contained will be.
So developers in the built industry have rejected the agreement reached between the federal government and cement manufacturers. At the meeting, it was resolved that prices of cement will be reduced between 7,000 to 8,000 naira. Now, so they're saying that the president of the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Dr. Aliyu Wamako, said the reduction was not good for the economy. He said I do not think that is good for the economy of this country, because cement constitutes the primary product for any building or any building construction to be done. Now, the chief executive officer of Abure, Cement, Abdul Sakmad Rabiu, promised Nigerians by January 1, 2024, the cement price would be slashed to 3,500. But it not be like that. We would be seeing for markets so far. According to him, most of the components of cement are sourced locally. So then why is the price high? So why should the prices be reduced to 8,000? Anything above 5,000 is not beneficial for the economy, and it would not bring any positive impact. The reduction of the 28 million housing deficit, he added. Well, they said a lot. So they're saying that since most of these guys producing this thing source their stuff locally, then why are you still saying that you want to increase? You must buy 7,000 to 8,000 naira. At least you not say that it's dollar that is affecting this one.
You have forgotten that these people are being taxed by the federal government. Have you forgotten?
His import duty that we're increasing now, so nothing is imported.
They are being taxed. All the they are being taxed. The federal government want to use tax to replace all the money that was looted and squandered. Is that not what is going on here? All the companies that are closing down, didn't you hear them cry out that the tax is too much? Did you not hear it? These are the issues. When they come out, they present something different. Apart from something different from what they are telling the companies behind the closed doors. Go and see the taxes that they impose on companies to pay. Look at what customs is doing at the port. Pressure, go to the port, go and see what customs are doing to importers. You will now understand where I'm going. Who will import at that rate and come and give it to you cheaply? No, answer me. Who?
Okay. So something good, by the way, may be happening, as Senate has urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government to stop its planned electricity tariff increase via the planned withdrawal of electricity subsidy. So the upper legislative chamber makes the call through a motion it adopted at the plenary today, Wednesday, in Abuja. The motion was captioned "Planned Increase in Electricity Tariff and Arbitrary Billing of Unmetered Customers by Distribution Companies," this goes, and brought under matters for urgent public importance, sponsored by Mr. Aminu Abbas, PDP, Adamawa. So they are saying that it is important that we pay attention to this, but Abbas said it was worrisome to hear of the plan by the relevant statutory authorities to increase electricity tariffs despite increased economic challenges with attended widespread poverty and the high cost of living in Nigeria. He claimed that the power minister was reported to have said that the nation must begin to move towards a cost-effective tariff model, as the country was currently indebted with about 1.3 trillion. Okay, 1.3 trillion to generating companies, yes, and 1.3 billion old gas companies. Now, according to Mr. Abbas, the minister had said that more than 2 trillion was needed for subsidy, but only 450 billion was budgeted in 2024. So, well, the Senate was able to quell this as soon as possible and said that, you know what, Nigerians are already going through a lot. We cannot have you overtax them again. This should be laudable, isn't it?
It's not.
Shouldn't it?
No, it's not.
Why?
It's a mere statement. There is no action to back it up. You just had it now. If you want to subsidize something, would you put money down? Look, the discourse are even telling you that they are trying to survive. Maybe you don't understand how this thing works. You know, you have 3 sections of this energy.
Yes, I know. So we have the generating companies, the transmission and the distribution.
Now,
government is still in charge of transmission.
Yes, listen. The generating company, they are generating over 15,000 megawatts. But they can only give out. The discos have only capacity for 5. Then the government will now pay this generating company the balance. Precious, you are wasting a lot of things here. Just like you are flooding your gas, you are wasting the energy that we don't have. There is something wrong with Nigeria.
Sorry, there's nothing is wrong with the country.
Wrong. Hold on, I don't tell you something now. Go ask the generating company. They generate over 15,000 megawatts. Then you don't have the capacity to use it.
Because they said that the equipment that will be used to distribute them are moribund and they are not, functioning effectively.
You can see now. So whose problem is it? You now want to go and unbundle NEPA when you don't have the capacity to do the needful. The generating company, you want them to run out. That means you don't wake up and discover that nothing was generated. That is why government is buying it off them, so that they can remain in business. Can't you get it? Then the discos, government is taxing them again because they are just like retailers. The discos are retailers. Then the same government that told you that they have unbundled NEPA, they are the one transmitting. Okay, in your own, because you are the middleman here, what have you done on your own part as a government? Precious, are you telling me that government does not have money to go and source the latest technology on a high grid, a high tension wire that can evacuate even 50,000 megawatts of electricity? Please, these other countries that have over 100, are they from the moon? Up to today, the government that is transmitting, they don't have solution to their own problem, their own particular problem. So you can see that this thing is not a one-man it is a chain of reaction. The Jacobs are trying, they are generating enough, but no capacity to bring it to you and I. That is where the problem, and government is aware. They are aware.
So Barrister Darlington, in this next conversation, the federal government in its bid to try to, pull down the dollar strength against the naira. I think there's something going on with Binance, because Binance has confirmed that they're working together with the federal government to block dollar. Binance. So they're the biggest cryptocurrency trading platform in the world, Binance. So they have confirmed that they're collaborating with the government to block Nigerians from dollar naira trade on its platform. So you know that when government stopped cryptocurrency during trade of cryptocurrency during Emefiele's tenure, these platforms created what they call P2P, that is peer-to-peer. That was how Nigerians were, able to sell their cryptos and then get it back in naira value. What it looks like that is also stopping now, because Binance disclosed that they made it an announcement that they said their commitment to P2P users in Nigeria on Tuesday, warning that users behaving in a manipulative way will be removed from the platform. As industry leaders, Binance said, we are working hand in hand with local authorities, lawmakers and regulators to ensure we act on non-compliance. So the crypto exchange platform further said it is setting up upper limits for ads, filtering and removing bad ads. In fact, they said a lot. So these are major choppings of youths, how youths get to run transactions, because that if you want to deal on anything, you want to do trade Bitcoin, you want to receive money via Bitcoin and you want to get your money back, P2P is a way that you can just get your money. But it looks like this is, and that's one major way that they run their dollar transaction in Nigeria.
Let me give you my own opinion on this matter. It will not save the naira. Precious.
Sir?
This thing will not save the naira. It will never. As long as you are not producing, what this dollar thing, do you just import dollar? Do you go to America and say, I want to import dollar? This dollar you are talking, is it not through production? Then you export. Then they pay you, you bring it. Is that not how this is? Is there any other way? So all this thing about cryptocurrency and all that, I don't understand. Which dollar are you going to use to trade it there? You are I don't know how these people, maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand though. But the last time I checked, nobody have imported dollar. It is through what? Production, through trade. What are you exporting that will bring dollar? Please, OPEC gave you 2.2 million barrels a day production quota. You are not meeting it. That is why Dangote are matching in Niger Delta all over the place. Crude God gave us, we could not even harness it. Precious, the solid mineral that we have all over the north, people are stealing it. Chinese are stealing it. 1 ounce like this, 1 ounce, according to
how are you sure is the Chinese in particular?
They mentioned their names now with their Nigerian collaborators. They mentioned their names. They are the biggest.
Who mentioned their names?
Dela Alake. He told the powerful Nigerians.
So did he mention Chinese?
They are working in cahoot with them. They can't come here.
How are you sure of?
I said them my Chinese. Didn't you say when they were arrested some of them the other time? They arrested some of them now.
Okay, Barrister Darlington, let's go straight to
what I'm saying is that all the things you need to do to earn dollar, you are not doing them. All these arrangement or ad hoc arrangement here and there, it will not save the. That's what I'm telling you, and I have my facts. Except Nigeria go back to producing things, nothing will save the naira. Quote me.
Okay, so let's go back to this other conversation. So about Abure. You'd recall that the Labour Party's national chairman was arrested today. However, following his arrest, heavy crowd of protesters today Wednesday besieged the Zone 5 headquarters of the police command in Benin City over the arrest of the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure. Also arrested was the state chairman of the party, Kelly Ogbaloi. And the Labour Party on Tuesday had a very successful delegate election in Benin ahead of the party primary scheduled to hold on Friday. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, the local government chairman, the state chairman actually passed a vote of confidence in Abure. Now, the party chairman only this morning, along with party governorship aspirants, also kept a scheduled security briefing with the Department of the State Security. Abure was arrested after the meeting by a combined team of DSS and police officers. Abure, Agbaloi, and other aides were also manhandled. It was just a very displeasing sight to see the way they were kicked and pushed and, all of that. Effort by some party leaders to have asked to the... Is it kicked and pushed now? Let me be sure of what I saw on that video. But effort by some party leaders to have access to the Zone 5 headquarters was turned down due to huge crowd of party supporters there. However, a police source informed the party official and other governorship aspirants at the gate of the police headquarters that the arrest was in connection to a protest letter by one of the expelled members of the party loyal to Apapa dissident camp. So the source also confirmed that the arrest was not unconnected to the ongoing party primary and the possible candidate that will emerge, which the state government is vehemently opposed to. I hope this doesn't have anything to do with the one that is a lawyer. Okay, so he informed that the arrest was to frustrate the primary process and possibly interrupt the party's participation in the governorship election. The deputy national chairman of the party, Dr. Ayo Olurofemi, in a video post said that no form of intimidation from the highest quarters can stop the party from concluding the process leading to the emergence of Labour Party government in the state. Now, Abure has been accused, even as a matter of fact, of promising to take a 500 million naira bribe from sources, so it's them say that he's promising to take bribe. In fact, that somebody has already given him an amount of bribe according to some sources or some quarters that carried the rumor, and that he even gave the youth leader, paid the youth leader some 2 million naira to change the delegate list and all that. All this gossip have been making the round, and that he himself took 250 million naira from a candidate. People are like, if one candidate is paying 250 million and is promising to pay a balance of 250 if he gets if he's appointed a party chairman, then what will now happen when the person becomes president? Is this how it happens? I thought they said Labour Party was different and they don't get involved in all of those. And there's also been accusation in the past. Remember that Ms. Okpara had accused the Labour Party generally, the chairman, of gulping as much as 3.5 billion naira more from the monies that were sent or donated for the election. So this may just be some accusations hanging on the neck of Mr. Abure. But then again, is it worthy of a DSS and police arrest, Barrister Darlington?
Well, what I will say here is that this is intimidation and harassment, because from what you just read out now, this is a party affair. Why can't DSS allow Labour Party to sort out themselves? The P2B called for forensic auditing of the accounts. Why can't they allow the process? Then if there's any infraction, it is left for Labour Party to indict their chairman and then take him to court. They said
there was a letter written by someone, a member of the party, of an Apapa, from an Apapa team.
Who was expelled? Now DSS now go about looking for rebels in parties, in organization who will now write the petition. Under normal circumstances, should they even attend to such petition? Should they? What is the interest there? DSS, internal security. I have said it, they should focus on matters that concern them. This is a party affair. This is a party affair, for God's sake. It doesn't warrant all this harassment and intimidation. Why should the DSS and police get involved in matters like when insecurity is disturbing us all over the place? It's a very shameful act. Very, very shameful. Why are they kicking them like that, like common criminals? What did they do? But this, I don't know when we are going to learn. Do you know that the whole world was watching that thing? How these men were shouting and they were kicking and they struggling here and there. What is all this problem all about? No, what impression was the DSS trying to create? You mean Labour Party is the worst offender when it comes to matters like this? I don't get it. That petition was unwarranted. They should not have attended. They will tell them, go to court. Yes, go to court. You are a expert member.
So it's an internal party issue, and yes, DSS shouldn't have.
It's not possible because this is an expert member of the party, loyal to our papa. Look at how it sounds. Does that not tell you something? Expert member, loyal to our papa. Is that not enough to tell DSS that this thing is victimization? Or are they acting on orders from above and they are using somebody's petition to cover up? I don't see. This is internal matter for the party. Let them deal with it. Did Apapa, did he chop any money from CBN? Did he steal money from Nigeria? It's an internal matter. Let them come and tell us any governorship candidate that did not give money to somebody. We saw how Ganduje was stuffing dollar in his this in the other time when he was in Kano. What did anybody do? What did anybody say? No, tell me what? They didn't see that one, Abi. I mean, this one that was very obvious. Evidence is there. What did the DSS and EFCS do to him up to today? What have they done? They just want to suppress Labour Party. Precious. They are afraid of the influence and the popularity of Labour Party.
So you think it's a pure witch hunt?
That is it. No, what else? If not, why should the state governor be opposed to a candidate that is coming out from Labour Party?
Who says the state governor was opposed to that person?
Is that not part of what you read here?
Well, I'm just saying we're not sure.
But you read it.
It may just be rumors.
Whether rumor or not, who should be opposed to the candidate that is coming out from Labour Party? Who? Why are they afraid? After all, it is PDP state now. Edo is PDP. So what is the beef all about?
It was formerly an APC state, remember?
It was formerly. We are talking about president now. We are president now, yes. So why are they afraid?
All right.
Because DSS, you cannot tell me that it was PDP that instigated DSS to do what they did.
All right, Barrister Darlington, our phone line should be open so that people can jump in on this conversation. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. If you want to call us directly, it's 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. But if you want to chat us up on WhatsApp or call the WhatsApp line, apologies, we're having a bit of technical issue on the official WhatsApp line, but we'll try to rectify it. However, you can reach us via 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That's the WhatsApp line you can reach us on. 0817 175 6338. That is 0817 175 6338. Phone lines are buzzing. Let's get straight to it. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, the voice of the people.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Welcome.
I greet your guest in the house.
We greet you too.
I greet your guest in the house, Barrister Darlington. My name is Don Wire, calling from Akwanja.
You're welcome.
You see, as I keep on telling Nigerians, this is the hard time we now tell ourselves the simple truth. There is many ways these people are cheating on us, which we don't even know. There's many ways. Whatever they are telling us now is false. Sister, let me take your mind back when Dudu is still on power. Fulani herdsmen went to Benue and killed 11 one Monday morning. A week later, they went and killed 70 something. Dudu cannot even open mouth to tell the former governor of Benue is some other story. Yeah. And after then, they are still the killings. Nothing. Who can Dudu? Question, nobody. The only problem we have in this country is our legislature, that our House of Assemblies and our judiciary. In this hunger situation now, what have the judiciary done? Nothing. They are all about bargaining how to swear their children in so that it will come and see who over their father again. Is that how the country rules? Judiciary is not a government. They are arm of government on their own. They control the government on their own. I don't. Sometimes I get angry. They tell us not to speak bad words on the air, but they are the ones using bad words on us. My sister will do this. When this thing goes stop, the problem is that let the masses come out to generally and march to the front. They happen to Egypt here in Africa, Northern Africa here.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. At this point, I have to let you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Should control the
okay.
executive.
All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Good evening. Welcome.
Okay. My name is Abure, calling from Ikoyi.
Abure, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Okay. The issue of sharing money among 12,000 Nigerians and will be giving state governors more money. And I feel that the government of the day is confused about actual solutions to the myriads of problems that is bedeviling the nation, and the ones that they have added to it due to their actions and inactions. Now, we have unsuccessfully tried in the past, and any serious government should know that the government of tokenism trying to share money among people will not work. You can't even share money, you can't even give siblings money to share, or a religious house money to share, and you can go to bed that everyone will get. So we know it's a way of throwing money away. And we're also aware that many of these governors and past governors and even some of the present governors have corruption cases against them. So giving a thief more money, you're just, we know.
No. You will
have
address
cases against them.
You will address, but those cases have they've not been proven guilty in those cases.
Okay,
so
I assume. But what I mean is that
you read your language.
Telling somebody who has been suspected of being a thief to come and fix your doors, is not a safe thing to do. So let me refrain, are you suspected of stealing? So my point is, this government needs to actually sit down and find policies that can really address our issues instead of throwing big games and trying to run away from the real issues. And if they feel that they cannot, they do not have the capacity, well, I was very sure there was no capacity, but I didn't know that it would be as worse as this. So they should just quit and allow people who have ideas to rule these nations if they truly love this country. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. You don't need to tell them when the time comes.
Can you bring down the volume of your radio set? Good evening.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes, this is calling from the.
Oh, your line is so bad. Apologies. Let me go to some messages now. His Royal Highness BC Nwoko says NLC have for a long time now doing us the more you look, the less you see. If Labour didn't get it right this time around, you forget about the situation forever. And then he said, but it's unfortunate that their leaders will go and drink tea in Aso Rock and come out to call off the strike. And for Akpabio, it's very unfortunate and sad to have someone like him and the Senate president. Why?
Telling you.
Why sir? Why sir?
In fact, he has not been speaking like a Senate president. All his statements, look, thank God the Emefiele is suing him now for 25 billion. Let him go to court and tell us why he should make such a statement against him. Yes, now, is it better than the Emefiele? Why should he talk without even know what to charge him? Whether to charge him.
Hello, good evening to you.
Easy to say that.
You have to help me turn off the volume of your listening device. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening. Welcome.
Sorry about it.
It's okay. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, I want to talk on this issue of Labour Party.
May I have your name, please? Your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Sonny by name. I'm Sonny. I'm calling all the way from Casablanca.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Good. So I want to talk on this issue of Labour Party and what the challenges they are facing. I believe that we all know what happened in the last election in February last year, and for the fact that we know who won the election and how popular the candidate is and how he's loved by the people. So these guys who are running the affairs of Nigeria, they are not focusing on the economy, which is dilapidating day by day, on the hunger that the people are going through. They are not focusing on the next election. So their strategy is how to break Labour Party with all sorts of allegation, all sorts of fabrication and all that.
Yeah, correct.
This is their.
Are you accusing the government of being responsible?
Is their I don't know how to put it. Is their son? I mean, is their insider who wanted to destroy Labour Party, but he failed. Now, for DSS, I'm so ashamed of Nigeria. I'm so ashamed of Nigeria. I don't know how to express it. The shame is too much. Nigeria is not what calling a country. No, brother. You would apply some decorum if you're calling live on air. No, you wouldn't do that. Please. See, I understand how you may feel, but when you come on air, you would understand that whatever you say or not even say, by just reaction could destroy a lot of things. So you would apply some decorum, please. I beg of you. Not because I don't want it to have your say, but this is just what it is. Please, I do hope that you understand me. I go back to the messages now. Uche Chuku from Okafa says, Miss Precious and Barrister Darlington. Precious, you are talking about, it says, Precious, you're talking about natural resources. Do you know that no state has the right to tap into the resources found in their states without approval of the federal government? What we have in Nigeria is ill. I will not say that thing you said. Okay. Dear Princess Precious, good evening to you from this side. Peter Obi had a press conference and stated the funds that they received and how the funds were disbursed. Those accusing Abure of misappropriation are sponsored by sponsored to mar the Labour Party, you mean. About Abure is clean. The ruling APC should be accountable for once. Shetima should unveil and name anyone he knows that's culpable in his statement. They have, that is the cabal you're talking about, right?
Yes,
they have they have collected government. They should run with it and blame the opposition and not blame the opposition. Mr. Darlington is very correct, 100%. Funds come into the foreign reserves, the dollar rate will drop. It's simple that if funds come through foreign reserve, dollar rate will drop drastically. That's what you said. I will take more messages here. Peter from Ikeja says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. I strongly believe that politicians are responsible for the high rate of FX in the country. The politicians are the ones mopping up all the dollars and pounds in the country, just like one former military head of state did. And we still get looted funds being repatriated in the state, in the country every time. Peter from Ikeja. Peter, you will not be accusing people of what you're not sure of, And then this here says this government is doing the same thing that Buhari did, that turned the economy and security upside down. My advice for the government is not to continue with the blame game, but to bring those ideas that they claim to have in solving Nigerian problems. We are waiting for the government to bring ideas to solve our problems and not to keep blaming people. Olu from Badagry says, Nigeria always find it easy to give excuses for the failure of state governor, but always quick to condemn federal government. And these state governor control land in their various state, and none of them can produce cassava for their states to eat, at least enough for the state's consumption. And when you call for state police, the same Nigerians will say no, because these state governors not tolerate to opposition in the state, so they may use it to destroy the opposition. That's what you're saying. And there's also a fact in that because everyone is afraid of that. My name is Lucky from Ojo. Under PDP, Yar'Adua reduced the fuel price and it increased before. Okay, you're saying one thing that had gone up that came down in Nigeria, right? Okay. This Stephen Akim Bisola from Ijego, Lagos. Thank you. In fact, let me go and take call because of you so that I digest your message. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
This is Samuel Igojeta from Badagry.
Samuel, welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
So Precious,
Sir?
I thank you so much.
I thank you too
and
so much.
Daliti, I thank you all for your good work.
Thank you.
God will continue to bless you people.
Amen.
Now, what I want to say is that in time of good luck, there's nothing like a hardship. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes.
Nothing like hardship. The deceiver, the Buhari deceive people. It's because of Boko Haram. He say good luck is a civilian. He said that general. So if he come up 3 months, everything will be a thing on the past. Then he take care deceive Nigeria. Say be a former general, this and that, immediately come aboard. Say everything will stop before 3 months. So that is why people get the belief, say yes. If you go to Republic of Benin by that time, the bag of rice is 4,000. A carton of turkey is about 4,000 too. To carry it here, it will cost up to 7,000. I hope you are hearing me.
Very well, go ahead.
So the root problem was Buhari deceive people that if you be as a general 3 months, Boko Haram will be a thing on the past. That's everybody cries, say, yeah, general, come me. And that's where we are today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Richard from Germany. Precious and Darlington, good evening.
Good evening, Richard.
Yeah, please, Akpabio, the Senate president, that guy, maybe he does not understand the position he's occupying in Nigeria. That is a very sensitive, a position. I think it's even the third.
Yes, he's in number 3 man.
Yes, when he talks, he's supposed to be mindful what he says because since this guy, become that Senate president, he has been making some utterances that is supposed to be impeached. Honestly. And he's not serious at all. In such situation that Nigerians are, and this man will be laughing. This man will not be serious. And please, where on earth do you see, senators voting on? I mean, with what do you call the, yay or nay, with voice note. In a serious matter, the nay say, the no say, and that is it, and they continue. Where on earth does this thing happen? Where on earth somebody, and today they are sharing money again in 2024. Nigerian government has given money, cash to individuals, 12 million people. Who are these people? Nobody knows them. Nobody knows their addresses. Nobody knows their states. Nobody. 12 million people. You are dashing money. You are giving cash in 2024. And then the vice president saying that opposition are sponsoring the protest. Where are these people living? Where are they living? And then you see EFCC.
The vice president didn't say what it was Senator Akpabio said. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then no, because what do you call him now? Shetima said also that oppositions are sponsoring the protest also. Yeah, I heard him saying that.
He said it.
He said it. Are these people living somewhere else? And then you see EFCC, going around picking up these guys that sell dollar. In a normal country, you can never see people hawking dollar or hawking local currency. These people have been doing this business because they are from particular place and particular ethnic group.
Yes.
There is no way you can see if this thing were, if the business was, if this business was other way around, they would have, cancelled it since how many years ago. The EFCC should stop these people because they are economic saboteurs. You cannot be selling cash, selling currency on the street of any country. It's impossible. And then look at what they're doing to Labour chairman, right? P2B must be very careful. I'm telling you, watch this. I'm telling you, they know where they are going. P2B must be very careful. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, all right, let me go through to my okay, I have a lot of messages, but let's see. Okay, so this here quickly says good evening, Precious and Pastor Lansing. For cash transfer, how long will this sustain the masses? CNG buses promised by president is it for the urban settlers alone? Where are the gases to power the buses and the routes for the buses to ply? Because 75% of our roads are in sorry state. These palliatives are just a mere cosmetic approach. The only solution is to revert the pump price to where it was before. Stephen Akimbisola sent this from Ichego. Oh wow, my message box is full. My name is Jenkins from Festac. I'm actually waiting for a day when you will come on air with your guest and say, glory be to God, Nigeria is now good. I know one day will come like that in Jesus' name. Amen. And I say resounding amen. I'm looking forward to that. I'm still looking forward to that. Good evening, Precious. I agree with Oga Darlington. DSS is taking order from above. They are looking for a way to bring Labour Party down. Isaac Ejima from Amokoko Saint and that's your opinion. You have not been in the side of the poor masses of this country when the reports are glaring to you. Your moderation on this radio shows that clearly shown that you are APC. Oh, please, I don't want to say go to hell, but please take a seat. Honestly speaking, so you guys just take a seat. Because I do not allow you insult government. I do not allow you call somebody who has not been proven guilty to be a thief. I have not allowed you to say that Nigeria is not a country, it's a dead zone. I have not allowed you to abuse your country, and you think that because of that I'm not human enough, and I'm not going to the same market you're going to. I am not buying things the way you're buying it. Oh, please just take several seats. I beg. I don't see. I'm this 2024. I'm ready for you people. I give you equal measure, shaking down together, press down and shaking together, and running over. I'm not even. I'm out for anyone. I mean, how can we all be suffering this in this country and you make it? Because you can come and sit down here and do the job now, so that we know that you can do it well and not apply moderation. How hard is it for you to intelligently air your opinion without using insulting words? That's what it is. Just apply decorum, and I keep saying that, and I won't stop saying that, because that is the ethics of my job. That's what it entails. Is it so hard? And if they tell you that apply decorum, you say I'm APC. I'll be APC self. Which other party self we have?
Labour Party.
I'll be 5 parties joined together. Tell this to people who they don't know that I'm vexing in this country like this. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Prep.
Sir.
How are you?
I did. I don't know how I did, Seth. I did.
I got to good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing today?
I did well. Now your brother Sito calling from Sierra Leone.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
CP.
Sierra Prep, let me ask you a question. Is there hunger there in Nigeria?
I beg, don't ask me a question. My work now to ask the question, and you go the answer. And now, just want to make you talk your mind for the matter. I'm not in the mood to answer question. Not every day person sabi get brain to answer exam question. I don't want to write exam right now.
There's no
Nigerians don't want to tell themselves the truth. We know the problem, but we don't want to tell ourselves the truth. But people like me speak the truth. Listen, in Benue, there is almost 2 million IDP, innocent people. We are intimidated, humiliated, killed, and drove away from their ancestral land. 85% of them are farmers. Do you know what these people produce in Benue? Exactly. 85% of those people, if not 100% of them, are farmers. What am I saying? 100%. Most of those people you see in the IDP camp today are farmers. But they were driven away from their ancestral land. So why are we complaining? Why is Nigeria complaining about hungers? No, and the worst part of it that we are talking about the people that are sponsoring insecurity, but UAE jail some of the people in their country, the ones they manage to lay their hands, and then give you lists of the people you have to treat, you have to jail in your own country. And I believe those names, there is no Okechukwu or Chukwuma in that list. I believe so, because if there is, you should have known better by now. You should have known. But if I should ask DSS that are going to, in fact, everything about labor is let me say the truth, is about Obi. How can they destroy Obi? They never see labor coming in that past election. They never see what hit them is tsunami. It's all about Obi. How can we destroy him? We know all these things. We are not stupid. We know they can go anyway. They can do whatever they want to do. EFCC are not arresting those 400 names. They are not going for them. Let me tell you, this is the things. Have you heard the trailer load that is dropping people from the Sahel region down to Imo State with their dogs? Thousands of them, they are going to perish in Imo State. We are not going to.
It's okay, thank you.
We have their stooge as to hope of them are in Imo State.
I appreciate our own people. So you have spoken for 3 minutes, sir. For 3 minutes now, so that others can talk. Others can talk now. You've spoken now. Let me let others talk, please. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You hear? Don't be vexed. Let others talk. All me too are the vex. Everybody the vex like this, but you don't want the vex for this country. All of us just the vex. But we're not go film that self for inside the vex now. But let me go to YouTube now, where I have some very interesting. They are coming for me. You see, anybody who comes for me, I come back to you at you too. Okay, so Kenya ZK says, Precious, please, I should stop praying. Since you started praying, dollar and pounds have been falling. So they've been falling. They've been going against the naira. Your prayers don't get power. I will take my prayer don't get power. Who said so? And then Money P says, let people say everyone have his or her opinion. And JE says this is social media, and if you can't allow folks to express their opinion, please bow out. Unfortunately, because you're streaming on YouTube does not make it a social media. So just so you know, this is a terrestrial radio station, free to air radio station in Nigeria, Lagos State precisely, and fully regulated by the government. Do you understand? David. So the fact that we are streaming on YouTube does not mean that it's just a YouTube stream. Look, you can come to my YouTube stream and say what you want to say. In fact, I'm looking for you to come and say what you want. It is your opinion. The most I will do is just to do a disclaimer. But on a terrestrial radio, it is not allowed, and that is where you are. Do you understand why you have to at least gauge what you say? Maybe every day now I go to talk. But sometimes I've been saying this before, right? So please. Let's just apply some decorum.
They are just trying to
try their luck to see if they can put in those words. So you know, to put me in trouble, Abi. Okay. So that by the time they shut this station down, they'll move on to the next available station. They would have ruined somebody's business. That's a very unfair thing to do. And IK Magnus says, Precious, please allow people to express themselves. Let's VOP turn to VOG, voice of government. You'll be all right, brother. You'll be all right. Osirin Page Obaja says, only in Nigeria you are not allowed to express their mind by presenters. If people are caged not to say how it's then, why are they present? Are you serious? So in elsewhere you can just come on the live radio station and be insulting your government and abuse them, then abuse the country and say your country is nothing, and they would allow you to clap for you. Well done, freedom of speech. Unfortunately, that's not how it works in Nigeria. There are ethics that bind this job in Nigeria and fully regulated. Okay. So Emmanuel Lucy says, DSS APC not party internal issue. You received petition on suspended members and acted accordingly. Okay. Oh wow, I see Maddie Peace. I see all your messages. Fantastic. I appreciate you. Emeka Mweke says, this Precious it seems like she is smart and at the same time clueless, or she is just maintaining her status as APC woman leader. Hey, in fact, I'm not going to tell her anything. In fact, try the next time. I'm not available today. Okay, so Nana from Okafa says, when Akpabio was talking and calling the protesters sponsored protests, why were the members of the position? What were the members of the opposition party? Now we know the person that told Buhari that the NSAS protesters want to take his government. Oh, remember that President Buhari had an opinion, right? Okay. And then this here says, Babiji from Motion, says, Precious, please, is it true that dollar has gone up beyond 2,000? Don't say that. I was praying that you should not get to that. $1 that was 80K in early 80s.
not last week. Last week we were praying.
Yes, so Tinubu is not obvious that you're okay. Please permit me to quote Peter Obi when he said that Nigeria is blessed in all things except leadership.
Yeah.
Who will help or save us in this country? Because nothing is working. But you said a lot. I appreciate you. And then Remy from Akoka says oil theft reduced FX revenue by close to 40%. This thiefing, what did they thief? People who they thief, they bewitch. CBN is yet to hold an NPR meeting in close to 6 months. Banditry has made our rural communities unsafe for farming, etc. While the present government continue to fund budget deficits by printing money, APC should keep blaming opposition for their ineptitude. That's what you said. Anikena from Ijesha says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. Please, how can you push someone and tell him not to fall? This government is not offering us anything. God bless Barrister Darlington for always saying the truth and opening our eyes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And this here says, is Akpabio calling the presenter liar? That is, there is no hunger in the land, and the opposition probably paid them to protest. Is Akpabio not inciting them the more by talking against the obvious? And this is Precious and Barrister Darlington. I agree to now. Eko Jometao, that's your friend, Mr. Ola from Chicago.
Ola,
hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Tony Chukudi.
Tony Tonero.
So, Precious. Darlington, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. This year, sir, I hear them like say they tend to increase like the dollar.
Sorry.
Yeah. You will change the number. I didn't even know. I have been calling the other one.
Sorry, here. Don't be vexed. Sorry. So that WhatsApp line has an issue. We're trying to fix it. Apologies.
Okay. All right. Precious, the money that is going up, you know that the politicians are causing that thing. And I know you asked me, do I have enough evidence? The politicians are behind all these things. They will mop up the dollar when it goes up, they sell. All the issue that is going on in Nigeria with this currency, there is enough there. But the politicians keep on taking all this money.
Do you have evidence to how politicians?
I know you asked that question, but I'm just telling you because the same way I told you the one of the banks concerning kidnapping asked you, and at the end of the day, the whole thing popped up. At the end of the day, this thing will come. I'm sure another person who knows how they will call you up and tell you. So that's one. The second one is that please, the vice president, the Senate president. Why is that man, will I use the word insult? I know you might not like it, but why is the man talking the way he's talking? He's free entitled to his own opinion or way of talk. But that thing it doesn't augur well with Nigerians. Okay. And why are they saying that people are, that the demonstration are being, the protests are being sponsored by some people or some opposition or something?
Are you saying that statement is provocative?
Sorry?
Are you saying that statement is provocative?
Yeah, well, he said something and he said that from unclarified source. So if he knows that as the third person in Nigeria, why would he say something that he's not sure of?
All verified.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So what is the step down, please?
We don't even have time. You people are finishing my time quarreling with me. It has to be tomorrow.
Yeah, again, Precious, what happened on Monday? Because I listened to it after. You were just calm. Like somebody would think that you and Darlington are just in 5 and 6. Just calm.
I shouldn't be calm like that.
I bought her ice cream. That was why.
I shouldn't be calm like that. I shouldn't be calm like that.
I bought ice cream.
So you like it? Thank you. So you could like it when I quarrel with Miss Barrister Darlington. That's not fair. That's not fair.
There'll be peace in Rome.
All right, I go to some more messages. Princess, stop interrupting Mr. Darlington. Matters, allow him to talk. Because Barrister Darlington, did I ever hold you up? Do I stop you from talking?
You go answer questions.
Okay, this is good evening, Precious. That's for your good work. Okay, thanks for your good work, Barrister Darlington. dancing, and the thing will happen to you should come and is any bad thing that happens to you should come and kill me. Hey, I love you so much, and I'm dying in hungry here since yesterday. I never eat anything. Oh, sorry, God will help me. Sorry. Okay, all right. And this here says, good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. Andy, the awaiting governor in Mafoluku. He said, please, the APC government are looking for in fact and then you mentioned something about Chatham House in London, that they had the best team in Nigeria assigning people to answer questions. In fact, let me just move to the next message because I don't have strength. Okay, thank you so much. I see your message. Good evening, Precious and Barrister Darlington. And then this here says, God bless you, my sister. I love your wisdom. You are doing well. This Mr. Solomon, I believe things will certainly get better by God's grace. I love us being positive with our utterances. Do we say God is asleep? God will execute judgment when the time is ripe. Why are people not focusing on the governors to bring relief to the hardship in their state? Why can't they can't be exonerated in the hardship we are going through? The governors need to be pressured into bringing relief for their various states. When Obasanjo withheld Lagos allocation, then Tinubu was able to sustain Lagos, using Lagos as a case study. What is Sanwo-Olu doing right now? That's what he said. He said, what is Sanwo-Olu doing right now? They are all hypocrites. What is Sanwo-Olu doing about the road leading to toll gate from Abure? There would be palliative work on the road to ease accidents on the road. The road is left abandoned after the effort put on the other lane by Ambode. Sanwo-Olu, okay, you said a lot too, and I see that you're complaining. Brother, I see that you're complaining, and it's very valid. Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Madam Precious.
Sir, you're welcome. Good evening.
My name is Peter Wisiko.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Please, I want to just quickly talk on the proposed removal of subsidy on electricity.
Okay, go ahead. No, help me turn up the volume of your radio. I would not have this call back. You know that. Please.
I'm far away from the radio.
If I hear the call back again, I may put you off. You just need to move away from it, or you turn it off totally.
All right.
Unfortunately, that holdback is still there, and you know that that is totally, it's totally unacceptable. So that we don't keep going back and forth. So let me go back to YouTube where I still have a couple of messages. Yeah. By the way, the WhatsApp line is 0817-175-6338. That is 0817-175-6338. That's the WhatsApp line for those who may not have it. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
All right. My name is Ferdinand. I'm calling from.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Ferdinand.
You're welcome. I just want to say something. Just that Mr. Darlington has said everything all. I thank him. May God bless him as well in Jesus' name. Amen. So what I want to say is about Emefiele. Why is it that immediately Tinubu entered office, it was Emefiele that he just captured? For example, now when you employ somebody for work, if the employee that you employ sees something, you go and call the order. But Emefiele have order, which is Abure. They leave Buhari and they try to prosecute Emefiele for what? And for DSS to arrest this man yesterday, on 24th December. There was killing at a plateau. They killed 2 days, 48 hours. No DSS, no police, no soldiers. But now they are not trying to persecute just a floor member because of a P2B or what. We don't do things like that. Nigeria should wake up from their slumber. They are sleeping too much. When you tell Nigeria is the only country that you cannot say the truth. Once you say the truth, they will track you in your number and come and persecute you. But once you see black and say that this is black, they will kill you. For what? No injustice. Nigeria is the only country that injustice rule over.
So are you done now? Are you done, sir? Okay, because I was about to ask it, and you know, the black that you saw and called it black, and what they did to you when you called black. You know, sometimes it's not good that we just make carpet statements. You understand? Okay. So 1K Walkover Boniface from YouTube says, "Good evening, Precious. I'm seeing a monkey hand in the case of Abure. The police should calm down and do a thorough investigation and avoid being influenced by any party." Man of Prestige says, "Greed, impunity, and lack of patriotism are the main problem of Nigeria." Very okay. And he says, "How can a Senate give approval to something you didn't even? A senator give approval to something that you're not even sure of, or how it's spent?" And then Chuka Ekwe says, "Good evening, Precious. My sister, this storyline APC is telling us will not stand because they are the beginning and the end of all the problems in these countries. Soon dollar will hit 2,500. God forbid. Emmanuel Osi says, "Please, is really funny. Allegations you want to arrest LP chairman. So all the allegations against many APC people, why didn't the police also arrest them?" That's what you said. IK Oshunde says, "Edo State is not for PDAPC. Everybody knows that." Well, you said it. Barrister Darlington, let me have your wrapping thoughts so that I can move to the next conversation very quickly.
Now, Precious.
Sir? Just in less than 30 seconds, please.
You have had APC complaining of people sabotaging their government and all that. You have equally seen how they are acting. It's as if they are oblivious of what they have even created as a problem. I will advise them, especially the leadership, let them go to work and start solving the problem they created. They created it, and it is very obvious. All this blame game will not solve the problem, because are they waiting on what they predicted happen? Then they will now start picking people and say, yes, you predicted it, you said it. We only advising you, do the needful. Because some of the things we said here, we have said it severally, but they didn't pay attention.
Thank you.
So they should stop the blame game.
Thank you so much, and that's the size of our package this evening. Thank you to everyone who's made it today. President Darlington, you're joining me again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so
all right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Today was accidental discharge. Tomorrow will be the deliberate discharge. I'll see you again tomorrow, Lagos. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of the show. I love you. Have yourself please protect your mental health. I love you guys. Don't let anything drive you overboard, because you know things are really happening. I love you. Good night.
Thank you, my people at home. My name is Papa and Mama Dada Herbal Ventures. Are you a man at home? You notice that before